Hello, I'm Joe Crisara from ContractorSelling.com, and welcome to Joe TV, the place you go to change your thinking and grow your sales. Recently, I've written about why presenting 6 options is the best thing to do for you and your customers. I've also shared the rules and the steps to building winning options. But you're not ready to go hand over your option sheet to a customer just yet. There's something very important missing. For instance, what would you think if you were standing on a street corner waiting for the don't walk signal to change when some guy you've never seen before walks up to you and says, "Hey buddy, can I use your cell phone for a minute?" What kind of thoughts would be going through your head? I'm guessing pretty suspicious ones. Why does he want my phone? What's this guy up to? Well, if I hand my phone over to him, he just might take off and run with it. What kind of whack job asks a complete stranger for his cell phone on a street corner? It sounds like an odd request when you don't understand why he's asking. It comes off as weird and shady. That's why your options need a reason why. It's just like when you're called out for a service call. You go hand over your customer the option sheet with 6 options on it, and the most premium one at the top. What will most people think your reason for making those options are? They're going to think you're doing it for selfish reasons, to get them to spend more, to upsell them. The truth is that you're trying to provide them with pure motive service. You want them to have the ability to choose the perfect solution that's right for them and their family. But if you don't tell them that, they won't understand it, and they'll risk coming off like a shady upseller. Let's flash back to the guy approaching you on the street again. What if he explained why he wanted to use the cell phone? Maybe he says, "Hey buddy, can I use your cell phone for a minute? Because my car just died and I'm on my way to a job interview." Now what do you think of him? It seems like a normal, reasonable request. And you're likely to let the guy use the phone. What causes a swing in perception from shady to reasonable? One simple, powerful word: because. By using that word because, he's explaining the reason why he did his request. When you understand the reason, you're much more likely to listen and comply with the request. Back in 1977, there was a study done by Harvard social psychologist Ellen Langer that showed just how psychologically hardwired we are to positively respond to requests that come up with the word because. The results of the study allowed the request without the because were granted only 60% of the time. But requests that included the good because were granted 94% of the time. That's a 55% increase. If we look at that in terms of presenting our options to a customer and making the sales, it follows that just by using the word because and explaining the reason why your options were made, you stand to have a significant upswing in your conversions. But how do you come up with a good because when explaining your option sheet? Putting the because in your options is an important factor. In our total immersion system, we have what we call our benchmarks, which is a step-by-step guide to running an on-code call. If you follow the benchmarks, you'll wind up knowing everything you need to know, not only about your customer's system, but about them, their family, and their lifestyle. Once you put that information together, you can easily use it to create a great option because that will put your customer at ease and just demonstrate to them that you're there to do what's best for them. Always begin presenting your options with a sentence like, "Jim, I've created some options for you, and the reason I did that is because." And then tell them the reason based on what you know about them. For example, if your customer Jim travels all the time for work, system breaks down, becomes a major hassle for him while he's gone. There are tons of phone calls and texts with his wife when something breaks, and then he has to worry about his family, not knowing if they have water, heat, or electricity, or whatever the problem is. So for Jim, we might say, "Jim, the reason I created these options for you is because I know you work hard and travel a lot. I understand that the last thing you need when you're on a busy business trip and out of town is to be worried about the safety and comfort of your family because something broke down again. So I made a variety of options ranging from the most premium and permanent down to the most basic and economy price. Either way, choose the one that's right for you and your family." Making options always works. Using the word because makes it work better. Jim sees that the expensive option is staring him right in the face And there's other ones that are more affordable at the bottom. He avoids the upsell. But after a good because like the one above, Jim is probably thinking, this guy has a point. And he seems to understand my situation. I'm going to take a look. One simple word, because, can make all the difference in all the world for your customer and for your bottom line. As you can see, there's a lot of moving parts in creating winning options and presenting them effectively.